This book right here is a great example. The Molecular Vision of Life, Caltech, and the Rockefeller Foundation.
Yeah, show folks on prisonplanet.tv. Tell them about that.
That was a book recommended by Dr. Russell Blaylock, who knows so much about eugenics and isn't afraid to talk about it. And it really shows how the Rockefeller Foundation and a few other important people, the point is they steered and controlled the research and development. They steered and controlled the genetic.
Well, they found out that most cancer is viral in the 20s, and then by the 30s we're putting it in the vaccines. Then they own most of the major cancer research facilities.
They get first dibs on it, and they learn how to control the population.
They inject you with the cancer, and we even have their research papers where they talk about it.
And they also yield from the good science that does allow them to extend their lives to a certain extent. But what you have in the 19...
They've killed most of the people that have died in America. These. I mean, they've created Hitler. It's on record the Rockefellers funded Hitler and the Kaiser Wilhelm race facility.
We're talking about the bastards who took control of the Industrial Revolution and created total monopolies for the first time in America, and they aren't going to give it up. They decided instead to liquidate their competition and decrease the population. They decided that 120 years ago or something. And they've since steered all the science. And you've got eugenics. They hit a little too hard in the early 10s and 20s. They went too hard. People realized it was radical even by the mid-20s.
And Julian Huxley, the head of the UN program, brother of Aldous Huxley, who in 32 wrote Brave New World, people read and go, it's all coming true. Before he died, he gave a speech at Berkeley and said, it's all real. We've already got chips in people's brains. His brother said, Hitler made us look bad. We're going to call ourselves transhumanist.
Yeah, but they identified that exact same reaction to the eugenics thing in the early 20s before Hitler got out of control, started steering the molecular science as a way to biochemically control people, specifically to control the population. This book is incredible. I don't have time to pull out the quotes. But they are,
and as Dr. Begich points out, for every chemical attack they're running on us through food and water, they've got at least 20 times the electromagnetic manipulation. And now through the smart meters, the new light bulbs, which they admit that they're going to send pulses through. You think the TV flicker gets you, folks. This is nothing. And it'll, quote, even overtake and control your computers. The new computers coming out have an infrared sensor that's then controlled by the new light bulbs, and they have data over the power couplers.
I mean, it's incredible what we're seeing, the revolutions in science and technology. The scary thing is that these guys are literally on the Bilderberg Steering Committee deciding who controls that data, sharing it with all the law enforcement and integrated systems. They decide which direction this futurist technology is going to go.
No, they're charting human destiny. We should have a real debate about human destiny. We'll be having it at Infowars.com. Please spread the word about the broadcast. This is the most important information in the world that could be covered. Great job, Aaron. Great job, Cruz. See you back live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.